that shit that they ride to. This that shit that they vibe to. This that shit that they get high to. That gangsta shit they ride to. This that shit that they ride to. This that shit that they vibe to. This that shit that they get high to. That gangsta shit they ride to. This that shit that they ride to. This that shit that they vibe to. This that shit that they get high to. That gangsta shit they ride to. This that shit that they ride to. This that shit that they vibe to. Smoking on ops when I'm riding through. You know my homie wanna slide you. We bout to show him what that fire do. Dressing in all black when I slide through. GD weed is alright behind you. Don't do no texting, no calling, I'm tryna find you. I run with killers and bosses, they out their mind too. I'm distributing the traffic, I got that eye. This that shit that they ride to. This that shit.
Alright, this SS King, we checking in. I'm with my partner Sheed, you know what I'm saying? Creole Classics, Creole Connection.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, shit, we out here today in Gonzales, bro. He got this 68 Camaro, first gen, and got this 17 Camaro, 6th gen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, like, man, like, what got you into the cars? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what motivated you with the cars?
Man, what got me in the car was, when I was a little boy, bro. My daddy, he had a 95.
Yeah.
T-top.
Bet.
Candy apple green, black interior.
So
Ever
you
since
been
then,
seeing that?
yeah, I've been around Camaros my whole life. My uncle had one. He had a 98.
Right,
red, like the same color red as mine.
Okay.
And both of them boys stuff was T-top, so I just fell in love with Camaros ever since.
Right. So like I'm looking at them like, man, them bitches look like they fucking twins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
Like the color. You know what I'm saying? And finding one with the same color as your 6th gen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that was important to you, or like it didn't matter.
That was the deciding factor. When I was at work one night, just on Facebook Marketplace, just looking.
Yeah.
I sent it to 3 people because I know 3 people, they deal with them old schools.
Right.
And like I was just testing their knowledge, seeing where their head was at with it. And then everybody was like, man, if I had to buy one, that'd be it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm already thinking about getting it. I just wanted to see their opinion.
Right.
So I went over there. I hit the dude up. It was it was like the 4th of July weekend or something. So the dude had a big old party going on. He had the big old party going on, and I was like, man,
right.
I'm coming down there, get that car.
Right.
He was like, well, look, I got somebody coming check it out already. So just give me till the weekend.
Right. Shit, I ain't trying to hit it.
I ain't want to hit it. I said, man, look, I done booked my flight.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hit
I was lying and everything.
Right.
So he was like, you book your flight? He was like, well, I'm gonna tell the dude hold off. I got a pending sale.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool.
So where it was located at? Where you had to go to get it?
Middlesboro, Kentucky. Me and my little brother, when I got off work, I rented the truck and we shot out. And I went to get my partner car trailer and we shot out.
Right. That's a long process, like finding exactly what you want too.
Yeah,
I know. What I'm saying? You gotta really look. It's out there.
It's out there, but the whole way riding down there, I'm thinking about, man, if I get down there, it is not what I want.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'll be made a blank trip, but it'll be worth it. Cause at least because I never had seen one before in real life.
Right.
Like I really had never seen a 68.
Yeah, the 68's like what I like about them. You know, that year, 68, that was the year they added the side markers to the Maros.
Right, yeah.
Like the year before that, they didn't have them, and that was just strictly because of the you know, the regulations.
Yeah, the
regulations. You know what I'm saying?
The 67 people don't really be knowing the difference between the 67 and 68.
Shit, tell them now.
But the 67 be having the wing window. In the front, and the 68 got the side markers. That's pretty much really the only difference. The body style and the body lines are all the same, so it really ain't too much different, but that's the main difference.
Yeah, I seen you just modified the headlights, you know what I'm saying? And I know with them old schools, like, man, you gotta pick the right headlights for them things, you know what I'm saying? Like, so tell us the process of picking this set right here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of people may know and they may not know, but my favorite car all time is the Mercedes-Benz G63. That's one of my dream cars. I got it. I gotta get one. I gotta get one.
That been
so I seen these. I just be scrolling on Summit, Facebook Marketplace, eBay. I just be looking at car parts all the time. I'm always interested in buying car parts.
Facts.
So when I seen these, they resembled the G63. So I was like, man, I'm getting them.
Facts.
It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about them. I got them, couldn't put them in. So I'm like, man, because I ain't no electronic person. Like,
Right.
So I couldn't put them in for real. I went to Auto Works, but now it's CSC Customs.
Uh-huh.
I went over there. The dude told me I need a H4 adapter or whatever it is.
Right.
Bought that off eBay for like $9.
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes later, my life was working.
Yeah, right. Facts.
I fell in love with them.
Facts. So, like, man, tell me about when you, like that first ride in both of them. The first ride, when you first rode in the first gen, and when you first rode in the sixth gen. You know what I'm saying? Because that sixth gen, a man, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like.
Start off with that 6th gen, because that was the first one. I had that one first.
Right.
So, man, when Chevy first dropped these Camaros, I had an Impala, 2013 Impala.
Right. I remember.
And I fell in love with them 6th gens, bro. I was like, man, I gotta get me one of them cars.
Yeah, right.
Because I just like everything about them, how they was made. I knew everything I wanted.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So I know I wanted the peanut butter seats, the red color, and just everything that's on it now. I know I had everything in my Amazon shopping cart and everything.
Right,
before
right.
I even
Bought it. Bet.
Because I knew I was gonna get it. And I used to be on YouTube every night just looking at that car, seeing what people doing across the world, just staying in tune with them, making sure I ain't, you know, they ain't got no recalls or this and that or none of that. Right. So, man.
That's a 50th anniversary too.
Yep, 2017. Every year with a 7 for a Camaro is an anniversary year, yeah.
Bet.
So, man, they got a dude named Jeff Henderson. I don't know if he's still living or not, but he was one of my main car salesmen.
Right.
Every car I bought, I pretty much bought through him. I had text him, and I was telling him, because he worked in used cars.
All right.
And I was telling him I wanted a Camaro. He was like, man, let me see what I could do for you. And I was like, man, I already got my car picked out.
Right.
He was like, well, send me the stock number, this and that, the VIN number. So I sent him everything. He was like, man, that car right there in Mississippi. So he was like, man, come see me. So I went over there, seen him. And he was like, you want to get it shipped or you want to get it drove down here? Right. He was like, if you get it shipped, it'd be like $500. Now, at the time, I wasn't, you know, well off like I am now. Right. But I was like, man, it's just miles. Drive it. You know, so it's free, so just drive it. It was only like 200 something miles, like 223 miles. All right. And what you call them people? A salesman when you get it. And he bought it down here. Yeah. And when the car came down here, it was pouring down raining. Yeah. So I get off of work, go pick my car, but it's pouring down rain. I can't even expect it or nothing. I was just happy to get in there. Right. Me and my mom took that ride to Metairie, get it. Got in there. Fell in love. Yeah. I didn't expect the car, nothing. I just took off. Yeah. I was smiling the whole way down. The whole ride, eh? Yeah, so
talk to about riding in that one.
The 68. First, man, that 68, bro. But just getting it off the trail, I felt like somebody, you know, like at that given moment after I bought it, when that dude threw me them keys and I put it on the trailer, got home, man, all the attention I got. Man, I swear, I couldn't stop riding. Like, going around the subdivision, up and down the street, I'm like, man, I really got like one of my dream cars.
Yeah, for real. So, like, the wheel selection on the 6th gen, like, I know them bitches ain't come out the lot like that.
Well, that's actually 1LE wheels.
Okay.
Before, probably about 3 weeks ago, I just changed them wheels to the 1LE wheels. I had the Z28 wheels. Yeah. That was the original first wheels I ever fell in love with off the Camaro. Right. They came on the 6th gen Camaro and the previous Z28. I think it was the 3rd or 4th gen. Yeah. But the 1LE wheels, they look a little bit more aggressive and they make the Camaro look a little bit more meaner stance and everything. Yeah. And the tire selection too. Right.
What that is, Nitos?
No, that's a Toro.
All right, yeah, that's some good tires.
They pretty much like Nitos, but they like they all made in the same manufacturer.
I like the thread pattern on them. Like that make a difference when I pick my tires out. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I picked them out.
Yeah. So like shit, we ain't gonna sleep on the 68. You know what I'm saying? Like that big got the rallies on it. I already know what type of wheels that is.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like BF Goodrich. Yeah. All original. You gotta put that on the old school.
I'm gonna tell you something. Them tires on that car, 17 years old.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So the story behind them tires, or the whole car, is the old guy. He built that car himself. All right. So when he didn't give me the pictures because he wanted to keep it for his memory, and for his family. But he built that car was originally white, and it was just a frame. Okay. When he got it. All right. The way it sits is the way I bought it from him. So he is many countless nights, hours. Man, this man blew his back out working on this car. And that's why I left the original little wheels on there.
All right, so yeah, man, like I done seen this car like at photo shoots and weddings, you know what I'm saying? Like, so talk to us about that, like the you know, renting it out type shit, you know what I'm saying? But and then it's your baby too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how you got into that, and talk to us about that side of that.
Man, like I said, when I first got the car, I was excited. Every day I was washing it, wiping it down. I was doing something to this car.
Every day.
Every day. So my neighbor actually, she was getting married in a few months right after I bought the car.
Right.
And she was like, hey, Nib. Well, actually, she left the note on my door because I wasn't home one day. And she passed like a couple of days later. She was like, hey, Nib, you got my note? And I was like, yeah. And the note that said she wanted to use my car for a photo shoot. Right. And I was kind of on the fence because I'm like, man, I don't know. This is my dream car. I don't want to just hand the keys over to anybody.
Right, yeah, the car guys know about that.
I don't want to hand the keys to anybody.
Yeah.
So she was like, I just need you to drive. When she said that, we talked for a little while. She was like, I just need you to drive up. I'm gonna take some pictures, and after the wedding ceremony, drive up to the reception and let us get some shots in front of the reception hall.
Right. And
then from there, they just sparked me an idea, and I started promoting it like a prop for pictures, you know.
Right. So I know the name of your business is Kreole Classics. You know what I'm saying? I like that name. You know what I'm saying? So like, how you came up with that name?
Well, I came up with that name because first I'm breeding dogs. I also breed English bulldogs. So when I was my cousin, rest in peace to him, but he was in jail, and he always used to be on the kick of real Creole, real Indian.
Right.
That used to be our thing. So I used to be calling him a lot. Well, he used to be calling me from jail a lot, and we used to just be talking. And when I told him I was into breeding dogs, and I told him I was just gonna go with my initials, R&B Bulldogs.
All right.
But it just wouldn't catch it enough. So me and him just chopping it up. And one day it came to me. He was like, and you know, after I get off the phone with him every time, he was like, real Creole, real Indian. That's all he used to talk about. That's all he used to say.
Right.
So one day I called him. Well, he called me in jail. And I told him, I was like, man, what you think about Creole Kennels? And he's like, man, that gonna blow up.
Right.
And ever since then, I just stuck with the name Creole. Like I incorporated with every business I try to stick my hand into.
Right. Yeah, it's that structure. Shit, I see it. Shit, Kreole Classic, Kreole Kennels. You know, you got that red matching. You know what I'm saying? Like everything consistent. You know what I'm saying? And it all go together. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you had to take something out of this 68 and put in that 6th gen, what would it be?
Out of this? Man, to me, I feel like that 6th gen is perfect the way it is.
All right.
I feel like every Camaro got his own touch.
All right.
So, I mean, I wouldn't... Nothing, to be honest with you.
Either way, too.
Now vice versa. And the first thing, you know, air conditioning.
Yeah, that technology.
Technology.
Yeah, turn that up.
Yeah, the air conditioning will be the first.
Right.
But, man, other than that, I would say, like, I don't have digital dash. I don't have all the modern stuff. I plan on doing it, but as of right now, I just enjoy liking it, like, you know, how it is, like the classic feel, the hot rod feel.
Yeah, right. So what the, like, it got a nickname in the, you call it? Like, what you call it?
Only this one got a nickname.
All right.
Because the dude who I bought it from, I just, you know, just a little tribute to him. Tribute to him, he named it, I think Lil Ann. Okay. And I just
stuck with that name?
I just stuck with it because that's the name he came up with.
Right. So like, what your process is, like, man, picking what you gonna ride in, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you, before you hop out the house, like, how you know, all right,
man,
it's 1st gen day.
Yeah, the first thing I always go is the weather.
Bet.
This car, ever since the guy had it, his name's Steve Sampson. He told me, that's one of the first things he told me, he never drove that car in the rain. So I always honored that and I always respect that. Because you know, everything is kind of like a little process. Yeah. So I always respected it. I never drove this car in the rain. Now, you know, after it ran or whatever, I probably would take a little ride and then come home and wipe it off. But he never drove it in the rain, and so have I. I had it, it's going on 3 years I done had this car.
So like, what you listening to when you in there? Either one, like, you know what I'm saying? What the playlist is in the 68, what the playlist is In the 68, you know what I'm saying?
It's a straight old school.
Bet.
Yeah, straight old school. You know, it depends on the old school. Like sometimes it be old school rap, old school R&B.
Right.
It just all depends on my little mood.
That old school rap sound different than the old school.
It really do. And I gotta upgrade my stereo system too, because it got a little, you know, it's just a little mediocre stuff.
Right.
But I really want to put my own touch to, you know, every little thing on it, because the way it sits, the only thing I have changed on it is the headlights.
I got
the way it sits is the way I bought it pretty much.
Right. So like, man, talk to me about, you know what I'm saying, the process, especially for the 68, like, you know, the preparation before you get on the road. Because I know it ain't like the 60. You could just hop in that bit and roll. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for my shit, like, I gotta check the air pressure. I don't have no tire pressure monitor system in that bit. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make sure I got air in the tire. Yeah. So talk to me about that.
The process when I ride in this car, like I said, the weather is the deciding factor first off. But I usually be like, when you call me for the interview,
right?
It took me like 3 or 4 days to prepare this car, just to make sure it was in condition I wanted it to be in, because you got to think about it. You don't have no technology on this car, so you really got to know a lot about cars.
Yeah, you got to feel it.
You got to know
the sound,
the temperature, the pressure, everything. It's pretty much like a job.
You ain't getting no alerts.
Nothing. So you gotta really test drive your shit before you actually go drive it.
Right.
You gotta, like, my routine. Like if I say I want to ride on a Sunday, like today, like Wednesday or Thursday, I get out, I check all the levels. I check all the levels. I'll check the oil. I'll check the transmission fluid. I'll check the power steering fluid. And then get off work. I'll wipe it down. Check my tire while I'm wiping it down, washing it or whatever. Check my tire pressures, everything.
Right.
And so go from there.
So, like, what advice you would give to, you know, the 20-year-old you? You know what I'm saying?
As far as just entrepreneurship,
just with life, entrepreneur,
life,
anything in general. You know what I'm saying?
Man, keep going. I used to doubt myself a lot.
Right.
And seeing other people's success, looking at myself, thinking I wasn't doing enough.
Right.
But I kept going and I made it work. And I'm driving one of my dream cars. I'm gonna keep going to get that next one.
Right. So talk to me about that time I seen on IG, you said an old head pulled up to you in the first, and he was like, man, I ain't never seen one in person. Like man, how that felt, you know what I'm saying?
I was at a car show. I think it was the United Vet Club car show. It was in Destrehan. And that was my first car show I ever went to. I didn't even enter the car show. I just parked on the slab.
Right.
So I parked on the slab, and the old head, like, it draws a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So when he drew the attention, like when everybody was coming around my car, and the dude was like, man, he pulled me to the side. He was like, man, I never really seen one in person. And this dude, mind you, this dude like 60s, late 60s, you know, early 70s. And man, that made my heart smile.
Right.
Because I never, you know, at the time I'm like 26, 27, and he never seen a classic car that he said he only seen on TV. So that made my heart smile. It kind of made me feel like, man, I'm really doing something out here in this world.
Right. So I seen on IG you had posted on one of your cars. I think it was both of your cars, and it was like something about chasing your dreams, but it's better when you drive them. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh yeah.
Tell me the meaning behind, you know what I'm saying,
man,
that post.
The meaning behind it, because man, like I said, I ain't gonna say I grew up from nothing, but I wasn't like well off, you could say. Right. We was well off, but we wasn't rich.
You got what you needed, not what you wanted, type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was always a cliche statement, you know, where we grew up at. It was always a cliche statement about keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses. You know, I'm not doing this, we not keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
And I always been a thinker. So one of my things was, like, people used to say it, and I used to be like, at what point will my family be the Joneses? Like, when will we have something, you know? Right. And that just sparked that caption right there.
Right. So like, what you got upcoming? Like, you know what I'm saying? What next for you? You know, I know you got the dogs. You know what I'm saying? You're in the car game, Kreole Classics.
Man, right now
real estate.
I'm into that real estate. I got one project under my belt, and I'm working on another one, kind of like a fix and flip. So that's where this brand come from, Kreole Connections and Investment Group. Right. So I'm trying to grow. I'm gonna be advertising a lot, trying to grow, market, just keep going with my businesses and networking, trying to connect with people. Right. But man, real estate is where it's at.
Right. So how we could find you? You know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
social media.
Just type in Creole Kennels on Facebook, social media, Kreole Classics. With my dogs, Kreole Kennels _LLC, and my man page, I am Sheedy, IMSHEEDY _.
All right. Last question. Like, so how is it maintaining these cars? You know what I'm saying? Talk to people about that, cause this is like kids.
It definitely is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely like kids. But man, like I said, most of the maintaining it is mostly with this classic,
Right.
Because the 17 is gonna let you know when something ain't right.
Right.
The dash gonna pop up, the tire pressure, you gonna feel it. But with this 68, you really gotta know a little bit about something to even start to diagnose it. Yeah, or you gonna be paying something like. I gotta keep this. Don't even tell I can't even go to no shop and get an oil change. I gotta keep that in my phone, keep my mileage, tracking my mileage in my phone, and then cause I change my oil myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
one thing I do like with mine, you know what I'm saying, which help me all my cars really, to keep up with the oil change. We were talking about like, I just go every 5. You know what I'm saying? I keep it a solid number. You know what I'm saying? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to do 3, 6, 9, 12. You know, that way I know it's time.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying?
Keep it like that, but I'm gonna be real with you. I had this car, what I said, going on 3 years. I ain't never put 1,000 miles on it yet.
Bet.
I only did one oil change. When I first got it, I went through everything. Me and one of my old head partners, we went through everything because I was still learning. I'm still learning at the end of the day about these cars, and we went through it. I did my first oil change on my own. We cleaned the carburetor out, did a tune up.
Right.
And ever since then, like the farthest I've probably been was on the lakefront in the car. I haven't even put 1,000 miles on it yet.
Talk to me about the garage, like, you know, the inspiration behind it. I see you got that Camaro in here, you know what I'm saying? I seen one of the signs say, you know, don't even think about touching my Camaro, you know what I'm saying?
Man. So, man, like I said, my Camaro, that's my baby, bro. So,
right.
I really just, that's my thing. If you want to make me happy, you can buy me a little toy car Camaro, and I'll be satisfied. Like,
for real.
Man, my girl bought me that the other day. That picture, man, I've been cherishing. You can see it's still in the wrapper.
Right.
I treat my cars and everything I pretty much get into. I treat everything like my baby because you know I work hard for everything I got.
Right.
So
this look like your safe space right here. This look like somewhere you come to, you know, meditate, come up with the plan for the next move. You know what I'm saying?
Come up with the plan. When I'm just feeling down about myself, I'll come out here and look at what you got, bro.
Yeah, right.
You know, you gotta keep going. You know, everything ain't all peaches and cream every day.
Right.
We gotta get our little safe space, get our mind together. Sometimes come in here.
Every man need that.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of people don't realize that, but man, mental health is important, bro.
Right. Shit, it's good chopping it up with you, bro.
Man, I appreciate it for the opportunity, man.
For sure, we out, bro. SS King.
They vibe to. This that shit that they get high to. That gangsta shit